Chapter 8. The Day It Finally Clicked. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. Galatians 2:20 ESV. Most people are trying to relate to a Jesus who has been so processed, so handled, so stripped of his personality that he no longer intrigues, no longer compels, no longer saves. The real Jesus, wild, beautiful, disruptive, is more than worth surrendering everything to. John Eldridge, Beautiful Outlaw. In 2013, I attended a week-long revival hosted by a local church. I've been in a lot of services. I've heard a lot of sermons. Some were good, some were fine, some went in one ear and out the other. But that week was different. It felt like the messages were being delivered specifically to me, like God had told the preacher everything about my double life and said, "Go get him." Each night I came back. Each night something was chipping away at something in me. And by the end of that week, it finally clicked. There's a difference between wanting to be saved and wanting to surrender. I'd wanted to be saved for years. That part was easy. The idea of heaven, of being forgiven, who doesn't want that? But surrender is different. Surrender means laying down your self-will. Surrender means saying, not my way, your way. Surrender means the throne of your life gets a new occupant. I had never truly surrendered. I had invited Jesus into my life as something like a co-pilot, someone to help me navigate, but someone I could push aside when I wanted to take the wheel. What I came to understand that week was that he doesn't do co-pilot, he does Lord. And the only way to have what he offers is to give him what he asks. The Spirit convicted me, deeply, genuinely, not with guilt and shame and fear, but with love, with the kind of love that says, I know everything about you and I'm still here. I'm still asking, come home. I laid it down, not perfectly, not completely in one dramatic moment, but something real changed in me that week, something that was different from all the other moments when I'd reached toward God. This time, I wasn't just reaching, I was letting go. I didn't just want saving, I wanted to walk with God. I wanted to follow Jesus down the narrow path. I wanted the truth and the life he promised, not as religious concepts, but as real lived realities. And then, 2 months later, in May 2013, I met Jennifer. I'm not going to tell you it was perfectly smooth from there. Real love never is. But what I can tell you is that from the moment I met her, I felt like God was doing something intentional. She was the person I'd needed, not in the codependent sense, but in the sense that God sometimes brings people together because they're both going in the same direction and they're better together than apart. We married in December of that same year, 7 months from when we met. I know what you're thinking. 7 months is fast, but when you've lived hard and you've seen what life looks like without God at the center, 7 months isn't that fast. You know what you're looking for because you know what it isn't. We both believed God had brought us together, not to make us happy, though we are, but to draw us both closer to him, to build something with Jesus at the center, not the periphery. I had spent years trying to build my life around myself and failing spectacularly. For the first time, I was trying to build it around something better. The process was just beginning, but for the first time in my adult life, I was actually walking, not just talking.